Breaking news. You're not ugly. You're just taking crusty photos. Most people who take photos of themselves think, man, I wish this photo looked better. But let me tell you something that'll shock you. You're actually photogenic. You're just taking photos wrong, or not taking enough pictures. Those aesthetic dudes on Pinterest and Instagram, you want to know their secret? They take a ton of photos, then they post the best one. Plus, those dudes know what pose works best for them. Don't worry if the first 10 photos don't look good. Just keep going. The more photos you take, the more relaxed you'll be in front of the camera. So in this video, I'll drop hot tips on how you can take photos of yourself, plus some poses that you need to try that'll really level up your game. So make sure you watch till the end. First, let's start with tips that'll make you look better when you actually take photos. Grooming. Making sure you're well groomed before you take photos is 50% of the job. You want to make sure your beard is perfectly groomed and your hair is properly styled. You don't want an oily face, otherwise you'll look greasy in your photos. Execute confidence. When taking pictures as a guy, you want to appear confident and strong. You don't need to feel like the most good-looking man in the world, but you do need to feel confident and at home in your body. And you need to dominate whatever space you're taking the photos in. Make that space your be. Be expressive. And by being expressive, I actually mean be expressive with your eyes. I know having no expression on your face is the trend right now, and it actually works. But if you really want to level it up even more, you need to be expressive with your eyes. For example, if you squint your eyes just a little bit, it'll give you a more mysterious and strong vibe. And if you smile with your eyes, it'll give you a more welcoming vibe. Your gear. You don't need a super hi-fi camera to take aesthetic photos. If you have a smartphone, that's enough. Most smartphones have great cameras that can take great photos. Now, if you don't have someone to always take your photos for you, you should invest in a Bluetooth clicker to help you take better photos. Also, get a tripod to help balance your phone so you can get the best angles. Use Pinterest. Pinterest is literally the best app to get inspiration for the type of aesthetic photos that you want to take. Make a Pinterest board of the pics that resonate with the vibes you're trying to go for, and recreate them. You don't have to do a copy and paste of the pictures. It's good to put your own twist on them so that the photos you take reflect your style. You can also follow IG creators whose vibe you like. Pick a vibe. Another thing that Pinterest allows you to do is find inspiration for the vibe of photos you want to take. It can be dark, grainy, regular, minimal, academia, or even just fit pics. Once you find the vibe, you can pick poses and edit your photos to fit that vibe. I recommend Lightroom and Snapseed for editing your photos. And if you're using an iPhone, you can also just use your inbuilt editing tool. Background. You want to make sure that your background provides contrast to your photos. If you're wearing a simple fit, then your background can have a little more going on. But if your outfit is already doing a lot, you should keep your background simple. And at the end of the day, don't stress too much about the background. If you live in a remote area and don't have interesting places, just a plain wall will do. Lighting. Do I really need to stress the importance of light when it comes to taking photos? Lighting is the difference between a good pic and a horrible pic that makes people uncomfortable. If you're taking photos outside when it's sunny, then you have natural lighting. But if you're indoors, you have to experiment with sources and position of light. Don't ever use your ring light straight ahead. You don't want it placed right in front of you. That'll just make your skin look horrible. Place it at an angle slightly away from you. Now that you're done prepping for the photo, let's go over some aesthetic poses that you can try for your next photo. Action pose. These are the photos where you're doing something. You can be sketching, talking with someone, cooking, drinking coffee, listening to music, playing an instrument, or even eating. The trick to nailing this pose is to pay attention to what you're doing instead of the camera. Otherwise, the photo will look staged. But you're still posing, so don't keep your body slouched, and be aware of the expression on your face. The look pose. The look pic should be as natural as possible. You don't want to look like you're pretending to look away. You want to look like you didn't even notice the camera was there. You can look in any direction, up, down, left, and right, as long as you're not looking directly at the camera. You can do the look pose sitting down or standing. Remember, the key is to make it natural, so relax your body. The mirror pose. Take mirror pics with your back camera. You can look at your phone screen or directly into the mirror. As for your other hand, to make sure they don't look awkward, put it in your pocket, behind you, or your belt or waist for the perfect mirror pic. Back muscles pose. The back muscle pose is elite, and it will never not be aesthetic. You can take it as a mirror pic on your own or with a tripod, but the point is to show off your back muscles. You also want to make sure it looks candid, so I suggest doing something in the photo, like getting out of bed, cooking, laying on the bed, or standing in front of the mirror. But if you don't have back muscles, the back to the camera pose is still aesthetic. You need to make sure it looks candid, that your hair looks good from the back, and if the back of your fit is eye-catching, that's always a plus point. The one-hand lean pose. Lean one hand on the wall or anything around you for an aesthetic pic. You can also cross your legs or extend it to make the pic better. The hold pose. Holding something in your hand in a photo is very aesthetic. It can be a bottle, a coffee cup, a cap, sunglasses, or even your shirt. The crossed leg pose. Cross your leg in front of the other. You can do this in front of a mirror or anywhere. Just make sure you're extending your body so you look tall. The up close pic. Take a close-up photo of your fit to show off your style. You can take it from the front or back. You can also take it sitting or standing. The walking pose. It can be a regular pic of you walking, or you can add a little twist to it by leaning forward, leaning backward, or looking like you're falling. Trust me, it can be very aesthetic. Selfies. Don't just take any regular selfies. Do something goofy in it to show off your personality. You don't want to have a bunch of serious photos on your Instagram page. Throw some goofy selfies in the mix. The face hide. If you're one of those dudes who for some reason doesn't like to show your face in photos or don't feel confident about it, then you can try this pose. Hide your face with your phone for a mirror selfie, or cover your face with a book. Look into artwork on the wall, or just look away, or hold something to your face like a coffee cup for a regular photo. The bicep flex. Okay, so for this pose, you need to go to the gym. You don't want to post that lanky bicep and have people make fun of you. This pose basically means showing your flexed bicep in a subtle way to show that you actually work out. The 0.5 wide angle selfie. Don't worry if the photo looks distorted or crazy. That's the point. Take a picture with a very wide angle lens or place your hand very far away from you for the same effect. These tips and tricks will transform your dry photos to aesthetic photos in no time and level up your social media. Again, don't think that you're not photogenic. It's all about the trial and error, and most importantly, confidence. Just be confident in who you are, and that's half the battle won. Try it out and let me know which ones worked for you. I'll see you in my next video.